Have you been wondering what would happen if you and your friends hoarded thousands of gifts and cauldrons and opened them all at once? Are you wondering what it's like to have friends in the first place? Well, those are the questions we'll be tackling today. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, and welcome to the channel. I got together with some other players, all of us having grinded out around 2,000 presents, and originally our plan was to gather together 6 people and we were trying to drop around 5,500 of both presents and cauldrons. The problem with having this many people is it can be difficult to get in the same Ramsgate instance as another party. But we actually did get into the same instance in around 5 minutes, but 2 of the people left before they realized we were in the right one. We then tried for the next hour to get back into the same instance with no luck. So if you're wondering what it's like to have friends, don't have them just yet until we can have larger party sizes. But we went ahead and started dropping with 4 people. 3 of us stayed the whole time, while our 4th person rotated out a few times. Ideally, the goal was to drop gifts at the start of Ramsgate while we had some other people in our Ramsgate dropping the cauldrons they gained. If the Ramsgate groups stopped dropping cauldrons, or there was just nobody left in the Ramsgates, then we queued up for a hunt to get back into another Ramsgate. We had some mild success with this on day 1, but it was normally only 1 or 2 people who started dropping for us. And as we were doing this, it honestly shocked us just to see how many people just didn't come grab any of the presents. Like, even people who looked like they've been playing the game for a while seemed to not want to come grab anything unless we said to. Now, there were plenty of people who were all take and no give, but some of them it was understandable as to why. We saw plenty of brand new players who probably didn't even know what we were doing. So let's talk numbers. We collected around 4,000 presents between what we dropped and what other people had. You can collect 100 presents in 25 to 30 minutes when at max efficiency, meaning 4,000 presents is about 20 hours worth of farming. Split between 4 people, this would be about 5 hours of non-stop farming. We did this twice, so about 10 hours of farming presents per person. For day 1, we collected somewhere around 3,200 to 3,500 cauldrons, meaning our rotating 4th person and the random people of Ramsgate, we got around 1,000 cauldrons from them, so not too bad. When we started, I had 240 bounty tokens, Ravon had 200, and Espresso had 3. I started with 254 patrol keys, Ravon had 200, and Espresso had 10. For Blitz Tonics, I started with 1569, Ravon 5214, and Espresso with 800. For Frenzy Tonics, I started with 1493, Ravon had 5215, and Espresso had around 800 as well. So what did we end up getting from 4,000 presents and 3,500 cauldrons on day 1? I gained nearly 3,000 Blitz Tonics and 2,800 Frenzy Tonics. Ravon gained about 2,700 of each of these, and Espresso gained 3,200 Blitz and 2,900 Frenzy. And we each gained around 1,500 Aether Drive Tonics from the drops as well. I ended up with 615 bounty tokens, netting 375 from our haul. Ravon got 350 and Espresso got 370 from the drops. And we each got between 300 and 400 patrol keys. How long did dropping all of this stuff take? Well, if you don't count the hour we spent trying to get into the same Ramsgate instance on day 1, it took us around 4 hours to drop all of these. And we certainly added a lot of time to our dropping due to being picky about the other people in our Ramsgate instances. But then the next day we got a group of 4 together again to drop another 1,000 presents each. With this group we got into a really good Ramsgate instance on our 3rd or 4th try. In this Ramsgate we had 2 to 6 other people dropping presents or cauldrons for about an hour and a half straight. Since we weren't frequently bouncing around for more Ramsgates on this day and dropped less cauldrons ourselves, day 2 only took about 2.5 to 3 hours to open everything. We probably opened around 3,800 to 4,000 presents on day 2, and we opened far less cauldrons ourselves, probably less than 2,000 from our own stash, but with what that awesome Ramsgate group dropped, we opened up around the same amount of cauldrons, meaning we probably got somewhere between 1,500 and 1,800 cauldrons from them, so props to them for actually sharing the wealth as well. So between these 2 days, we ended up each profiting around 5,500 to 6,000 Blitz and Frenzy Tonics, around 4,000 Aether Drive Tonics, and over 700 of each bounty tokens and patrol keys. How worth it was it though? From the Tonics perspective, 6,000 of each Blitz and Frenzy Tonics would equate to around 24,000 mushrooms. If you have the Slayer's Path double potion craft chance, this would hopefully be reduced to around 18,000 mushrooms. And keep in mind that this is just the mushrooms we're talking about. You need these Sky Bloom and Dash Leaf as well. Harvesting 18,000 mushrooms would take about 18 hours in itself, which is longer than each person spent farming the presents and opening them. If you were alone, this sort of presents and cauldrons grind would take around 48 hours, but adding friends to the mix reduces the amount of time each one of you spends on farming. So we're already looking at gift farming, and it's the most efficient way to be farming tonics. Not to mention that you're also farming bounty tokens and patrol keys as well. Bounty tokens are sold at a rate of 32 tokens for $5, and patrol keys are 25 keys for $5. This means each one of us grabbed over $265 US in bounty tokens and patrol keys. That's well over minimum wages worth of stuff from just the bounty tokens and patrol keys, so yes, I would say this grind was definitely worth it. But whether or not it would be worth it for you is going to be a different story. You should only grind for what you think you're going to use, or if you just enjoy being a hoarder in general. You've all seen me blow through 50 bounty tokens in 2 hours, so you know how much I enjoy having almost 1,000 of them right now. And I had been using tonics in nearly every hunt anyway, even when I had 1,000 or less of them. Now, I'm not even sure when I'll run out of the 6,900 I have. By the way, nice. And I think I'll still be grinding the event quite a bit, meaning I will probably end up with somewhere between 10 and 15,000. If you're playing a lot of Dauntless, then grind the event a lot. If you're not playing a lot of Dauntless, then don't grind the event a lot, and just play the game how you want to play. The event ends on January 4th, so if you guys want to grind it out, you've got some more time to do so. And on that note, we're at the end of the video. Big thank yous to Ravon, Espresso, Rainy Cake, Cat, Boonks, and Dan for giving me the gifts of Dauntless Joy in these drop fests. And a particular thank you to the people of Ramsgate who dropped a lot of cauldrons themselves as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like. And if you guys enjoy Dauntless content and are not subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel, where I post Dauntless content every week. I've been Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, and I will catch you guys next time.